In this video, we'll look at Bybit copy trading. Copy trading is like a community platform where traders can actually come and show their trades to everyone, and then other traders can copy those trades automatically through the system. I'm going to go through what exactly this is, some of the things that you should be thinking about before copy trading in terms of the risks and everything like that. And then we'll go through how to navigate the system and potentially go through and find profitable traders to copy. So I'll leave the timestamps for all of that down in the description. Firstly, what we want to do is come to Bybit. I'll leave a link to them in the description. If you want a deposit bonus, they give deposit bonuses if you're new, so check that link out. What you really want to do though is go right to traders with highest profit for followers, right? Now after that, what you want to do is look at the assets under management. That's the main thing. So I would want anyway, a trader that's been around for a while, that has a decent profit, obviously, and then a decent amount of assets under management. A lot of the short-term traders can have very good profits, but they might do that for a very short amount of time, and they might have a very small amount of assets under management, and so they're not bedded in. You need a bit of history here, so I'll show you how to kind of navigate this. But there's different types of trades that you can copy. So for example, traders with highest profit, what you can do is actually go view more, and then you can see them all here. What I would do when discovering top traders is really look around for a lot of them. And what I would do is go to over here and just go to 90 days. That gives you a little bit more history in terms of what the traders are doing. You definitely want a bit of history here because anyone can get lucky over 7 days. The longer the history is, the more likely it is that they're actually a pretty good trader. So that's the first thing I would do. Secondly, who are these people? Like, who are these traders? What history do they have? Well, the way that Bybit actually goes about this is they're just setting up a community platform. So they don't actively manage the traders on the platform. But as you can see here, what are the requirements to be a master trader? You must complete at least 7 trades in the last 30 days, and you must have a win rate of more than 60%. So all of the people that are available to copy, known as master traders here, at least have that history. You can see that experienced traders from other platforms can upload proof of them as well. So you can see how a master trader is selected by Bybit. They do not individually select the master traders, but they do need that history at least to show that they, aren't just mucking around and that they can actually get at least a 60% win rate before they actually get let onto the system. What are some of the things that I would look for before choosing a trader? Definitely their history over a longer period of time. So if you come to top traders by ROI, you can see that this guy's actually pretty much doubled his money in the last 7 days, but the amount of assets under management is very, very low. And so, like I said, that can kind of happen to anyone, just getting lucky or putting a trade in that goes really well with a bit of leverage. So what I would want to do is look at assets under management and then the history. This trader has more assets under management. You can see $20,000. If we come down to highest profit, that's really where the biggest traders are. You can see they're much more bedded in. So HMB Trading actually has 3 million under management. Now that's much higher, it's a much bigger amount, and so that indicates that they're pretty much a way much more mature trader on the system, and that's something that I would want to follow way more than people that have not been here too long, because you need a bit of history here. So what you can do is look for these, and then we'll just go on HMB Trading. So we'll have a look at this trader and what they do. So this can be one person, it can be a group of people, and obviously you want to see how are they trading. So 7-day ROI rank is number 342. That's not necessarily a bad thing for me. What we want to see is their performance over the longer term. Of course, it depends how long you want to be in here, but I would suggest if you're copy trading, it's probably more of a passive investment where you put a small amount of kind of speculative money into this, and you would want someone that's going to be around for a while and is actually taking this in a professional way. So as you can come down, their performance, I would love to see Bybit to put maybe like a 90-day or a full from Genesis profit and loss there as well, but it's not there. Cumulative profit is pretty decent, and then the amount of profit that followers have made is very good as well. Now that can change because it depends how much followers leverage up. This trader in particular may not use a lot of leverage, but I'll show you in a second how to copy, and you can use as much leverage as you want, which obviously increases or decreases your profits differently to how this trader is doing it. So you can copy their trades, but you can use more or less leverage. The cumulative number of followers, 1,600, which is pretty good over time. You can see the total transactions here are 414. More isn't better here. better is better when it comes to trading. You can make 3 trades a year and make a really great profit, or you can do, thousands. It really is up to the trader. And so I wouldn't suggest that more is better. What you really want to be looking at is the win rate. So the winning trades is 338, losing trades 41. That's a very, very good win rate. So, whatever their strategy is, it seems to be pretty decent over the time that they've done this. Average holding time, this is something to look for. This is what they are as a trader. So their average time is, let's call it 2 days. Definitely a day trader and a short-term trader, probably trading, a lot of events and technicals rather than taking, position bets. So that is what it is. You may want to actually create a portfolio of copy traders where you have, copies of 5 to 10 different traders using different strategies. That's something you could do, because I think copy trading as more of a passive investment where you might have a portfolio of 5 to 10 different copy traders that you're actually copying, and that kind of spreads risk as well. Now you can actually look at what they're trading as well in terms of the assets that they're trading. I think Bybit actually lets them choose pretty much a decent selection of the top coins, and you can see all this down here. So this is the trading history, and you can see what they're doing. I'd click this over to 90 or 180 days just to get a better overview of what they're trading, right? Because over the short term, there might be an opportunity, something might be popping off or something like that. Over 180 days, it gives you a better overview of what they trade, which in this case is mostly Bitcoin, but some other altcoins as well. He's obviously been trading ETH and ETH Classic during the merge. So there's probably a lot of opportunity there that they were taking advantage of. That may go down after the merge, and as that kind of dies down a little bit, they might go back to Bitcoin. So as you can see here as well, really important is what kind of trader are they? So I can see some short positions here. So this trader is definitely taking short positions as well as long positions, as you can see here. So look at their trades. These are the current trades. So these are actually the trades that are open on what they have, but then you can see past trades down here that have actually been closed as well. So this trader definitely goes long a lot. He was going long ETC. You can see that opened on around the 30th of September here. Let's go back and see what they were doing here. So they mostly go long, right? So they're mostly a long trader. That's absolutely fine. You may not even care about this because what you really want is just to see their P&L over time. But they're definitely a long trader, and they were longing the market probably down at the lows. A lot of those have been closed, so they took those profits. Now, if you're looking at current trades, again, what you're seeing is he's taking a lot of long positions in ADA.AVAX. So he's pretty much just longing pretty much the top coins here, and that's his position in the market. So again, this may not be like massively important for you because you're just looking at the overall trades, and as long as the profit and loss is there, it doesn't really matter. In fact, day trading, as this person is doing, pretty much doesn't matter if you're long only or short only or whatever. Everyone can win dependent on when they actually take their position and close it as well. Now, when copying other traders, there's definitely some things to be aware of here because there are some risks that are completely out of your control. And so what you can control is your position and the amount of risk that you're taking here. So to keep that in mind, your profit and loss is going to be very different from theirs dependent on how much risk you're taking on top of them as well. So I'll kind of go through that now. So obviously choose someone that can be copied. So we'll just take this one as an example right here. And then we can see the risk that we can take essentially. Now for right now, Bybit only allow you to trade futures in the copy market, which is a synthetic contract of prices basically. Now they don't let you trade spot. That is coming in the future, I believe, but for right now it's just futures. It doesn't matter too much here, but essentially what you need to do is have enough cash in your copy trading account to fund positions. Now what you don't know about this trader is when they're going to trade, how much they're going to trade, and how often they're going to trade. And so all of that risk is essentially on their book, and you have to make sure that you're managing your risk as well. So what I would suggest here is to make an amount of risk that you're happy with. So for example, if you put 10 right here, $10 per position, what you can see is that will give you the amount that you're willing to risk per position. So as you can see with the description here, you may set a fixed margin for each order. That's for your orders. So whatever they're trading doesn't actually matter. You copy the actual trade, the buy and sell, but the amount that you're trading is definitely up to you. So if you set a fixed margin of $100, the margin for each copy order is $100. So when they place their order, you'll be opened at a preset multiple. If your position multiple is 0.01, your copy order will be 1% the size of the trader's order. So their orders are being copied, but not their size, right? So it's kind of a percentage of how much you want to trade, right? So you can choose that yourself. Available balance in copy trading account, obviously just get some US dollar tether in your account, switch it over, you can do that right here. So really important is you want to look at how many trades they're placing a day on average and understand that, if they're placing 10 trades a day and your margin per order is 10, you might want to put, $100 total in your account to make sure that you fund it, probably a bit more than that just for a balance. Your available balance is sufficient to support multiple open positions, as you can see here. Assume a trader opens an average of 3 positions per day. He has a $300 account balance and he has set a fixed margin of $30 per order. In this scenario, he should be able to support up to 10 open positions simultaneously, right? So check how many positions on average they have per day, put a buffer in there if you want to copy every position. If the system doesn't have enough cash or margin to open those positions, obviously it won't do that. And so again, if that happens, then your P&L is going to be different from what the trader is doing. So there's many things to consider here. Also with leverage setting, 15 is mad, absolutely mad. Definitely turn this down, right? So you can turn this down to what you want. I would suggest for beginners, just, way down on the leverage here, almost to 1x, which is no leverage. So again, that's up to you. I'm not going to kind of discuss the pros and cons of leverage. Everyone's an adult here. You can actually do custom leverage per token as well. So if you come down to custom leverage, you can see here, you might want to go extra leverage on BTC. If they're trading something a bit more volatile, Sand or something like that, or Atom, you might want to turn that down. You can do that as you want. But again, every change here will change your P&L different to what the underlying trader is actually using, because they may be using some different sort of leverage, right? So if they're using 5x leverage and you're using 25x leverage, if they make a profit, you'll actually make more profit. Conversely, if they make a small loss with 2x leverage, it's not going to blow up their account. If you're using 20x leverage, it could blow up yours. So I think that's really important here. Stop loss ratio per order is pretty good as well, actually. That essentially lets you get out of an order. So if the trader makes a bad trade and they lose, you can actually cut your stop loss quicker than them. That's pretty good. I think it's a good thing. The only downside here is that some traders go for a trade, and yes, you might be in a loss for a little while, but you run that loss for a bit, the trade can recover and actually start making profits. If you cut early, then again, your performance will be different than them. So you can copy trades. As you can see, some of the things that you choose can definitely change the profit and loss that you have compared to them. So there's many variables here. Advanced settings, I would actually leave. The reason being is that you can see max daily position limit. If you really do want to put in a max margin per contract and a max daily position limit, you can put that in here. But at this point, you're not even copying them. And there's so many caveats to what they're doing that your performance is going to be almost nothing like what they're doing. So for me, I wouldn't use them, but you can if you want some, kind of hard limits on how much risk that you're taking. Now you have to agree to the terms and conditions as well, which basically says you're at your own risk here, right? So copying a trader has many risks in terms of what they're doing, how they're trading, how active are they and everything like that. I'm sure you can work that out yourself. So I'm not going to make too many risk assessments on that. We're all adults and we can do that, but you just go ahead and copy now, and then that will obviously go through and copy all of their trades. Like I said, copy trading does open you to more risks. For example, what the trader is doing, the decisions that they're making is out of your control. And so some people would definitely stay away from this. Other people, what they like to do is have a copy trader portfolio of maybe 3 to 7 copy traders who seem to have a decent history, and then run them all at the same time. I would only use this as a very small part of my portfolio, a kind of speculative portion of the portfolio. That's how I would run it. Other people are different, of course, and everyone is open to do what they want. If you do want that bonus on Bybit, link in the description for that. I'm James with MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.